It's finally here. It is Friday and the weekend. It's just about to arrive. Are you getting excited yet? Thanks for watching First Alert Weather, our live stream, which we often do right after 8:30, heading at 8:35. I'm First Alert Chief Meteorologist Steve Beylon, and we need to talk all about that weekend forecast. It's looking pretty good. That said, there is some rain in it. No, this weekend will not be a washout, but we need to kind of walk you through it. That way you can kind of plan ahead with your family. And you also need to know about a First Alert Weather Day, which is in the not too distant future. Let's take you out to a live view. Voila! From our Green Bay Sky Camp. Hey, blue skies. Skies were looking a little gray about an hour ago, but clouds have been clearing out. We're seeing some sunshine here in Titletown. Can you believe we're like now 2 weeks away from the NFL draft here in Green Bay? It's crazy. We're at 36 degrees. The air is listed as calm over at Austin Straubel Airport, but I spy that flag just kind of very lightly flapping around. Looks like a very light north wind as it blows through downtown. I did mention there were some clouds. They are still hugging the lakeshore. If you look at our satellite and radar combo, especially south of Algoma into portions of Manitowoc and Sheboygan counties, those clouds are not going to last too much longer. They'll be gone probably the next hour or so. Morning. Good morning, Emily Mers. What do you got there?
I have a matcha.
A matcha. Bring it so that everybody can see it.
I have my matcha latte. Matches my shirt.
Did you do that intentionally?
No, I didn't.
What? Okay, my microphone needs to pick you up. What? I don't drink those. What is in that?
What? Oh, matcha?
Yeah.
So it's green tea.
Green tea.
Basically, it's like a type of green tea. Usually they do it in latte form. That's what this one is. But this one also has like lavender or something.
Ooh, fancy.
It's pretty good. I am a matcha fan. It's kind of an acquired taste, but I love it, so.
You do you. You do matchas. All right. You know what? We've all got our thing. You don't even want to know what I do. Anyway, that's another topic for another day. All right, so here's a look at our forecast. Sunny to partly cloudy. Temperatures will be rising through the 40s. We'll see 50s away from the water this afternoon, a high of double nickels. Kevin Rampa, remember he used to anchor our show? He and I used to love that phrase. Double nickels. 55 in Green Bay, a little cooler by the water with a gentle onshore wind developing. All in all, this is looking like a fine Friday. So I mentioned it's 36 in Green Bay. It's 39 right now in Wapaka. 39 in Kewaunee with 38 up and down the road there in Sturgeon Bay and also in Manitowoc. And now here's First Alert Pinpoint Predictor. Looking at today's high temperatures, most of our highs today will be in the mid-50s, a little bit milder in Wapaka and Shawano, 57 degrees apiece. And Lakeside, we've hit that point of the year where we say a lot, cooler by the lake, cooler by the way. I've had some people who would send me messages. They would say, we know it's cooler by the lake. Well, we have to tell people who are inland that it's cooler by the lake also, right? If you're traveling to the lakeshore, you don't want to be surprised. But yes, if you're going to be in around Door County, down towards Sheboygan, highs will be topping off in the upper 40s to about 50. Really, that's not that bad, considering it's now the middle of April. And as the wind begins to turn around to the south tonight and into the weekend, we are going to warm up. In fact, this weekend is going to feel more spring-like with highs on either side of 60 degrees. We'll have some sunshine tomorrow. Tomorrow is a fantastic-looking day. There's a chance of some showers Saturday night, and then they may pop up again Sunday, especially in the afternoon, and that's where there might be an embedded thunder shower or a thunderstorm. And as that rain chance arrives in the latter half of the weekend, it's really the beginning of our next weather maker. So three takeaways here. There's a chance of showers on Sunday. Thunder's also possible too. But number 3 on the list is the most important thing, and that's where you got to know that when you go back to work on Monday, there's probably going to be some strong winds. Monday's the First Alert Weather Day. And even though it's a few days out, our severe weather outlook on Monday is low and kind of inching towards the moderate category. We're expecting some strong winds. And here's the setup. While the weather's quiet across the Great Lakes, there's an area of low pressure that's developing west of British Columbia, Canada. You see how it's kind of buckled the jet stream? That's a trough of low pressure. And that trough of low pressure is like a wave. It's going to be pushing in our direction. And as this area of low pressure comes into Great Lakes early next week, there's going to be a lot of jet stream energy streaming over top of Wisconsin into the Great Lakes. And some of that energy aloft is going to be transferred down towards the ground. And behind a cold front that plows across the region, those west winds behind that boundary are really going to begin to howl. So let's go to First Alert Pinpoint Predictor. Now, we're going to see sunshine during the day Saturday. But by Saturday night, we're clouding over. And notice the little showers that develop, especially around and just after midnight. They kind of skirt through the area. They don't last very long. I'm optimistic that when you wake up Sunday morning, it's probably going to be dry. If you're going out for a little jog or go out to walk the dog or head off to church or whatever is on your Sunday plans. But then later Sunday, especially in the midday and the afternoon, we get these scattered showers, and it's in the afternoon. There might be an embedded thunder shower or a thunderstorm. Not looking for severe weather, but you might hear some thunder, and that might just kind of grab your attention. And then notice the showers move out Sunday night. That's because a cold front is moving through. It's going to help dry out the atmosphere, but it's really going to open the door to all that wind. So look at the winds get cranked up here on Monday on First Alert Pinpoint Predictor. By the afternoon, we're looking at west winds gusting around 40, maybe 50 miles an hour. That's not great if you're driving on the Leo Frigo Bridge, especially on a high-profile vehicle. I mean, that might be just a white-knuckle ride. So drivers need to pay attention to those winds as we go into Monday. And I'm sure Aisha Morales is going to highlight that in First Alert Traffic during our morning show on Monday. That wind sometimes does some minor property damage. Sometimes people lose shingles or have tree branches that break off. Sometimes that causes isolated power outages. If Monday is your trash pickup day, after the trash crews come and boom, they pop that can down on the ground and there's no weight to kind of keep it down on the ground, well, that wind just might kind of cause it to flop over and start pushing down the street. So again, Monday is a First Alert weather day. So this is our First Alert Super 7-day forecast. And you can see that we've got a lot of mild weather ahead, highs primarily in the 50s, 60 or so is possible this weekend. And then behind that front, our temperatures cool back just a little bit, 57 on Monday, 48 on Tuesday, and then temperatures will be kind of trending back up as we go into the second half of next week. You know what? Try to get out and enjoy today and tomorrow. There's fun things that are happening across the area tomorrow. One of those fun things is in Fond du Lac. We've got the Easter Egg Walk, and it's tomorrow from 11 a.m. through 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And if you're taking the kids out, maybe get some candy at some of the businesses in Fond du Lac. We'll see some sunshine. Temperatures will be rising into the upper 50s and hitting 60 or so later in the afternoon. Looks like a nice day. And if you really want more spring weather, well, there's a lot to be excited about. I'm going to show you this. This is our 10-day temperature trend. This takes you all the way out to not just this weekend, but next weekend. It takes you all the way out to Easter Sunday. And look at those high temperatures for the next 10 days ahead. They're all going to be around or above average for this time of year. You know what? I have two daughters, and they're older now. One of them's out of the house. Another one is a senior in high school. And I remember when they were growing up, on Easter Sunday, we'd go off to church, and they would wear their, those cute little Easter dresses. And I never understood the fact that in such a northern climate, that they don't make Easter dresses with long sleeves. They're always with short sleeves. Like why am I invested in that? I'm a guy. I don't wear an Easter dress. But I always felt bad for my daughters because they'd have on these Easter dresses, and a lot of Easter Sundays it would be cold, and they'd be like shivering going off to church. It's in the 30s and the 40s. I tend to think this is not one of those years. If we see highs around 60 on Easter Sunday, that's not too bad. So let's hope that all kind of works out. Now that's the next 10 days. I want to take you even deeper into the extended forecast. This is the 8 to 14-day temperature outlook. This takes you all the way out to April 24th. Do you know what that day is? That is the first day of the NFL draft here in Green Bay. And so there is a higher probability that we're going to have warmer than normal weather pushing in from the west as we go into the NFL draft. I could speculate that might mean highs in the 60s. Could we crack the low 70s? Maybe. It's possible. I mean, it's way too early to be sure about that. But I think there's a really good chance that we're going to have some spring-like mild weather as we go into that 3-day period into the draft. Now, as far as whether it's going to be wet or dry, well, it's a little too early to say. But I'm feeling confident that we're not going to be in the deep chill here at the frozen tundra as we have the NFL draft right outside of Lambeau Field. Whatever you're doing this weekend, take us with you. I mean, I don't mean like a car ride. We're not going to go take a road trip with you. But if you've got our app on your phone, you can get your forecast whenever you want it, wherever you go. Just tap that app, WBAY First Alert Weather. And coming up in just a few minutes, our, matcha drinking meteorologist, Emily Mers. She is going to give you the matcha forecast, Action 2 News at noon and at 4. And I don't think she's going to be sipping any of her lavender drink on TV, but she'll give you that forecast for the weekend. And she's going to be covering it all weekend because she does our Saturday morning and Sunday morning shows. She and Victoria Fraser make a dynamite team on the weekends, and they'll have you covered. And they'll be following that next weather maker, especially in regards to that wind that's going to be heading our way as we go into Monday. All right, did I bore you? Did you fall asleep? I hope not. I hope you've got the Friday vibes. Aisha this morning said that we've got, Big
spring energy.
Big spring energy. It's great. It's catchy. Big spring energy. Are you going to have big spring energy this weekend? I hope so. Yeah? All right. Thanks for watching our live stream. Have a good Friday. Enjoy your weekend. We'll catch you Monday. Quote of the day when Aisha said that.